Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I'm Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me today is Jay Huseman. Welcome to the show, Jay, because we are going to be talking about the Sonoma review for the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Yeah, getting ready to head out west, enjoy some more road course racing. We saw some street course racing this weekend, so some of the names are actually going to be the same, but we got a couple of new and different ones, especially here in the Xfinity Series, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Did you get a chance to check out the entry list?
I am looking at it, and I was as you were getting the video loaded up. If I'm not mistaken, generally it's 38 drivers is the full field in the Xfinity. It says there's 39 drivers and teams on the entry list, but it doesn't say somebody's going home. So I don't know why they didn't give that this week. They may have, I don't know if road courses allow for more starters.
Maybe it allows for more, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know on that, but it may be that one team has to go home. I don't know that for sure, but I do want to give some of the notables. Again, we're looking at a road course. So the number 07 going to be Alex LeBay. The number 9, Junior Motorsports, once again, SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen. The number 14 going to be Connor Mozak. The number 17, we just talked about him for the ARCA Menards West Series. It'll be the number 17 Hendrick Motorsports, Corey Day. The number 19 is going to be Riley Herbst. That's a little different for them. The number 32 is going to be Austin Green. The number 45, Brad Perez. The number 53, Sage Karam. And the number 70, Will Rodgers. We also talked about him in the ARCA Menards West Series. And then the number 91 is Josh Balicki. And I'll pull up the full entry list as you're doing.
I can let you know.
Okay.
Austin Hill is in the 21, and the 35 is actually a TBA for Joey Gase Motorsports. For the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the Pit Box Food Max 250 will be at Sonoma Raceway. That's a 1.99 mile road course on Saturday, July the 12th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be on their home network, the CW network, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as PRN and SiriusXM NASCAR Channel 90. Now, they are going to race a distance of 156.95 miles over 79 laps. Stage 1 is going to end on lap 20. Stage 2 on lap 45 for 25 laps in stage 2. And then the final stage will end on lap 79. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. On Friday, we told you about the ARCA West race on Friday, July the 11th. But on Saturday, they'll have the Cup Series practice and Busch Light pole qualifying on True TV, PRN, and SiriusXM at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, the Xfinity Series race starts at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on the CW network. So a lot of fun stuff for us to talk about here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series with regard to storylines and insights. Jay?
Well, and there's a big history at Sonoma Raceway. However, for the Xfinity Series, it is relatively new, as this marks only the third running of an Xfinity Series race at Sonoma Raceway, starting back in 2023.
Sonoma is also the fourth of 7 road course races on the 25 schedule this year for the Xfinity Series.
And with SVG winning in the Xfinity Series, the last 9 races of 2025 were won by 9 different drivers. The record streak for most different winners is 13, which has happened 3 times. We'll have to see if SVG spoils that streak. He's trying to make a streak of his own. Yeah,
he may be breaking that up this weekend. Kyle Larson, for 2, is the only repeat winner in the last 11 Xfinity Series races.
Well, there you go. A different Cup driver, the one that have broken it up last time.
And I don't think he's racing in the Xfinity this week.
Not unless he's in that to-be-announced ride, but I highly doubt that. Now, there are 8 races left in the regular season and 5 playoff spots remaining. This is going to be a huge storyline as it pertains to the Xfinity Series. And Sharon's going to give you a little more info on that.
Yes, indeed. Right at the cut line, there's 2 drivers that are separated by just 8 points, and that's Taylor Gray and Harrison Burton. So those drivers are going to be racing hard, I think, this weekend.
Well, I'm going to broaden it out a little bit. The drivers from 10th to 13th in the playoff standings, again, 12 is what they take in the Xfinity Series, but 10th to 13th in the standings are separated by a total of just 30 points. So it's tight from top to bottom there in that bucket.
Now, Sheldon Creed had a good run last week. I think he finished third. He gained 30 points to the playoff cut line at Chicago after losing 42 points in the previous two races. So that was a much needed gain for Sheldon Creed.
Well, and I think he's got a good shot at doing the same this weekend at Sonoma. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see. On the other side, though, in this case, it was Taylor Gray who lost 20 points to the playoff cut line at Chicago after he had gained 60 in the previous three. So those two kind of swapped momentum, if you will.
We're going to be talking about Junior Motorsports here now because they've won 9 races so far this season, which is a series record with 6 different drivers. All 6 drivers won in the last 9 races.
And that's with 6 different drivers. That's what impresses me. And we've seen some other organizations do that, but Junior Motorsports now having the series record with that. Junior Motorsports is now only 3 wins away from 100. We've been talking about this throughout the year. Only 3 other teams won at least 100 Xfinity Series races. Joe Gibbs Racing doubling that at 217. Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing has 138, and Richard Childress Racing right at 100 as Austin Hill got their 100th earlier in the year. Certainly looking to see Junior Motorsports could do that, and SVG trying to help that along.
Staying with Junior Motorsports here, they've won all 3 road course races this season, again with 3 different drivers.
Expanding on that, they also won the last 5 road courses with 4 different drivers. And that's the longest win streak by a team on road courses in Xfinity Series history.
Now, let's talk about the Chicago Street Course. The winner there, of course, was Shane Van Gisbergen, and he's going to be back with Junior Motorsports in the number 9 for Sonoma. He won both Chicago Street and Sonoma races in 2024 in the Xfinity Series. So he might be another repeat winner here.
Well, and that's Shane Van Gisbergen's 4th career Xfinity Series win, is now 1 behind Marcus Ambrose for the most by a foreign-born driver. Is currently tied with Daniel Suarez and Canadian Ron Fellows.
Yeah, I think some people were kind of misquoting that last week, saying he had already hit that record.
I believe he has on the Cup side. I think that was strictly for the Cup side.
Now, Shane Van Gisbergen also became the 2nd driver all time to sweep both Cup and Xfinity Series poles and then win the races in one weekend. Kyle Busch is the only other driver that's done it, and he did it at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in 2016. So pretty cool. That's pretty elite company right there.
And clearly we've talked about his talent and prowess on the road courses. All 7 of SVG's career NASCAR wins have come on road courses.
And he's got a winning percentage of 57% on road courses, and that's the best all time in the Xfinity Series. Now, the driver we're going to talk about next, I think, is a driver that could challenge him, though. And I bet he learned a lot last week at Chicago.
I would think so. You're right. And they talked about that. If you're following him, learn what you can from him. Sam Mayer shares the record with Shane Van Gisbergen by leading all active drivers with 4 career road course wins each. So I think they both have a shot at extending that this weekend. I think you jumped one ahead. Here you go. Yeah, I think this is who you're talking about.
Yes, this is the driver I was talking about, Connor Zilic. He's got 6 straight top 5 finishes since he returned from his back injury. So really, that back injury is not affecting his racing. And
that's impressive. I knew he was running solid since his return. I did not know it was 6 straight top 5. So that's amazing. Now, Connor Zilic has finished top 5 in all 4 career road course starts, and that includes 2 wins. So
Well,
we keep saying SVG is your winner. Well, he might not be.
if Connor Zilic can do it, I think that would be great. And I like Shane Van Gisbergen, I really do, and I love that he's racing here in the States. But I would like to see somebody give him a challenge. Also, Connor Zilic won the pole in 3 of his 4 Xfinity Series road course starts, and I think the only pole he didn't get was last week at Chicago,
which would have went to SVG. Now, here's one, though, that his average finish, Connor Zilic, average finish on road courses, 2.25. That is second all-time to only Terry Labonte.
Connor Zilic and Austin Hill, they're the only 2 drivers to finish in the top 10 in all 3 road course races this season. So Austin Hill could be a challenger this week as well.
Well, we still pretty much got it narrowed down to these 2. We're going to talk about SVG and Connor Zilic. They combined to win 6 of the last 8 road courses. That is 75% just between those 2 drivers.
And the 2 drivers have combined have won the last 7 poles on road courses as well.
Just to throw some others out there to try and get them in the mix. Austin Hill has finished in the top 10 in 4 straight road courses. That's the longest active streak. So don't count him out.
Don't count him out. 5 drivers finished in the top 10 in both previous Sonoma races. Those drivers are Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, Sam Mayer, Cole Custer, who's racing with the Cup Series now, and Parker Kligerman. And I don't believe he was on the list this week.
No, I don't think so either. We talked about the Hendrick Motorsports number 17. Crew chief going to be Greg Ives, as Adam Wall is currently suspended for 3 races following the mainframe rail conical receiver violation at Pocono. So Greg Ives is going to be back atop the box.
And the 17 is going to be Corey Day. 12 drivers on the entry list are making their first Xfinity Series start at Sonoma. 4 drivers have never raced at Sonoma in any series. So that's going to be interesting. But 12 of those drivers, I think, some of those drivers are going to be contenders.
Most certainly. Now, when we talk about domination, got to give it to Chevrolet. They've won the last 11 road courses with 5 different drivers.
Pretty amazing.
We've been taught, and Sam Mayer's in a Ford this year, so could be a couple of different streaks that Sam Mayer could have put an end to.
There's 5 drivers entered in the Xfinity Series race at Sonoma that have won on road courses. Sam Mayer has the 4 that we talked about, that Jay talked about. Shane Van Gisbergen also has 4. Justin Allgaier has 3. Connor Zilic 2, and Jeremy Clements 1.
I heard him talking about that on Sirius XM. You got to remember Jeremy Clements with the family-owned team getting that one.
Yep, that was pretty cool.
A couple of landmarks or milestones. Ryan Ellis is going to make his 150th Xfinity Series start this weekend.
And Kyle Sieg is making his 100th Xfinity Series start of the weekend.
Now, we got 5 crew chiefs have gotten their first Xfinity Series win in 2025. Chad Haney at Atlanta, Sam McCauley at Darlington, Adam Walls at Bristol, Corey Shea at Mexico City, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Pocono.
Junior Motorsports number 88 has won 3 races with 3 different driver crew chief combos this year. And that's mainly because of Connor Zilic being out for a race or 2. And then I think Dale Jr. Stepping in for the crew chief.
Well, and that's true because that splits up the driver crew chief combo you talked about.
Yep.
Now, one we haven't talked about a whole lot, but there's definitely a lot to talk about. Justin Allgaier, his 28 career wins right now is 9th on the all-times win list, and he's just 1 away from tying NASCAR Hall of Famer Matt Kenseth.
And we're going to talk quite a bit here about Justin Allgaier. Right now, he's 7 top 10s away from 300 in his career. If he gets there, and I think it's certainly possible, he would be the first driver with 300 top 10 finishes in the series. So I'm rooting for Justin Allgaier to hit that milestone.
Well, and that's what we always talk about wins, and that's obviously a highlight. But yeah, 7 top 10s away from 300, and that would be the first driver to ever do so. Would be amazing, no doubt. Now, Allgaier leads all drivers with top 10 or with 10 top 5 finishes and 648 laps led here in 2025.
Also, he won the fastest lap award 5 times. No other driver has any more than 2. So that's how dominant he's been with that fastest lap award as well.
All right. And Justin Allgaier's 10 top 5 finishes in 2025 are also his most ever after 18 races into a season. So we thought he was strong last year in his championship run. He's even stronger this year.
Sam Mayer, though, is the only driver to finish top 15 in 15 of the 18 races so far this season.
And as we look at how the race may play out, 5 races this year have ended with a last lap pass. Last season's Sonoma Xfinity race had the final pass for the lead with 11 laps to go.
And 6 of the last 8 races this season had a pass for the win in the final 6 laps.
And 7 of the 18 races, not quite 50%, but close, this season have gone into overtime.
And just to show how dominant Chevrolet has been, they've led 2,294 of the 3,014 laps this season. So that's pretty dominant.
And then lastly, Chevrolet has won 16 of the 18 races. That's the most all-time by a manufacturer through 18 races in series history. So Chevrolet definitely been the one this year.
It has indeed. It's crunch time, though, with only 5 spots remaining in these next 8 races to fill. It is possible to get more than 12 series winners with 8 races remaining in the regular season. So we'll see what happens. We may have some repeat winners, which makes it less likely, but it's certainly possible at this stage.
I was going to say that it does say possible. I would say not probable, but we'll have to wait and see. We've seen some amazing things in this series throughout its history. So right now, if there are more than 12 winners after 26 races, the winner with the fewest regular season points would miss the playoffs. We have yet to see that happen in any series, even in the Truck Series. I think the Truck Series has come closest.
Taylor Gray and Harrison Burton, we mentioned it earlier, they're just separated by 8 points at the playoff cut line. I think Harrison's below that line. Taylor is above. And
Sheldon Creed mentioned in 10th right now, back to Harrison Burton in 13th is where that 30 points we talked about is. So Sheldon Creed in 10th, Harrison Burton in 13th, 30 points between there.
Sheldon Creed in 10th and Ryan Sieg in 14th are separated by just 52 points. So it's pretty close. That's less than 1 race.
And Sharon and I have talked about this all year. The 3 drivers behind Ryan Sieg, and it's down to 3 actually, but they're still all in a pack. Behind Ryan Sieg, those are all rookies.
Yes. And some of those rookies are up in the top 12.
Well, that's why I said the pack is down to 3 that are behind in the point standings, as we've had a couple of that have, like you said, separated themselves, picking up a victory as well as winning. What I'm going to give you, though, is strictly right now based on points as they are. What Sharon will give you then after that is where they would get re-ranked once the playoffs start and they reseed them. So Justin Allgaier, currently your leader by 49 points, and it's over a 2-way tie between Austin Hill and Sam Mayer. Now, Austin Hill does have 3 wins, same as Allgaier, so they have 21 playoff points built up. Sam Mayer does not have a victory, but only 1 stage win for 1 playoff point. Jesse Love with a win and a stage gets him 6 playoff points when it comes time. Connor Zilic now has 2 wins, 3 stages, so he's creeping up to that 21 points. He's only got 13 built up right now, though. Then Carson Cavapel has 1 stage win, so has a point. Brandon Jones in 7th, a win in 2 stages gives him 7. Sheldon Creed, again, no victories. Right now he is in 8th in points overall. Nick Sanchez now in 9th with a win and a stage, has 6 playoff points. Jeb Burton in 10th. Zeros across the board, unfortunately, for Jeb, but Sammy Smith is 1 win, 2 stages for 7. And then Taylor Gray with no wins but 1 stage for 1 playoff point. Harrison Burton has 2 playoff points. And then mentioned Harrison Burton, Ryan Sieg. Then you have Christian Eckes, Dean Thompson, and Daniel Dye. Those next 3 rookies we were talking about, several of which have showed they are capable of winning. So we'll see if another one of them gets into the playoffs. And Sharon, I'm going to let you.
Right now, there's what, 3 rookies in the playoff?
Let's see. Connor Zilich, Carson Cavapel, and Nick Sanchez. Yep, 3 are in and 3 are right. Taylor Gray
Taylor
on
Gray?
Taylor Gray's. Yeah, he would be the cut line. You're right. It'd actually be
there's
4 as it is right now. Yeah, three of them are locked in with the win, though. I'll just say it that way. 3 are locked in with the win. Taylor Gray, we don't know yet.
A little more vulnerable. Okay, looking at how the playoffs, how they would stack up in the playoffs, you've got Justin Allgaier and Austin Hill with those 3 wins. So they are in positions 1 and 2. Connor Zilich has the 2 wins. That puts him in 3rd as the top rookie so far. Brandon Jones, Sammy Smith, Jesse Love, and Nick Sanchez all have 1 win, and they are Brandon Jones 4th, Sammy Smith 5th, Jesse Love 6th, and Nick Sanchez in 7th. Nick is also one of the rookies. Then you've got drivers without the win. Sam Mayer's in pretty good position. He's plus 149 above the cut line. So he's more than a couple of races, more than 3 races above the cut line. Carson Quapple is at plus 63. He's more than a race ahead, and he's another one of the rookies. But so he's fairly secure. It all depends on what happens in these next 8 races. Because as we mentioned, Sheldon Creed lost some momentum. He's gaining it back now. He is in 10th place with that plus 30 points to the cut line. But then it gets, and that's still within a race. So it gets pretty tight after that. Jeb Burton, who sits in the 11th place, is just plus 12 to the cut line. He's just 2 points above, or 4 points above Taylor Gray in the 12th spot. And Taylor is plus 8 on the cut line. Then when you go below that cut line, you've got Harrison Burton at minus 8. Ryan Sieg is minus 30. That's all within a race. So several of those drivers, 5 drivers within 30 points of each other between Sheldon Creed and Ryan Sieg. The 2 drivers in 15th and 16th are Christian Eckes at minus 60, and just 1 point behind him is Dean Thompson at minus 61. And then you mentioned, they don't show it here, but you mentioned Daniel Dye being in there too. But it's going to be tight. And these drivers between Sheldon Creed in 10th and Ryan Sieg in 14th, those drivers are going to be fighting hard to secure their spot.
Well, and you got to widen that out a little bit, because at that point, beyond that, again, 60 points possible in one race. However, that is not a guarantee of making that up on said driver, because even if you score 60 and they have a decent day and score 30, you're actually only gaining 30. So we say 60 in one race, but that's if you maximize points and they get the least amount of points. The odds of that happening, not real good. So you're talking about maybe 10 to 20 points being a good gain per race. Well, now you're cutting that into, now you need 3 races to do it. And that's having that every week. Yeah, it's tough to gain points in this series, I'll tell you.
It is tough. But we've got some really talented drivers. I'm so proud that 4 of those rookies are up above the cut line as they stand right now. Now that could change for Taylor Gray. He's the most vulnerable.
Well, and if I had to pick, though, I would say Taylor Gray and then Christian Eckes on a good day. I know he's had some bad days this year, unfortunately. Taylor Gray is one that has already come close to winning on more than one occasion. So it was kind of a toss-up that I had between Gray and Sanchez as to who is actually going to win first out of those 2 rookies, because they had both come so close.
Okay, do watch for more coming soon here from Fan for Racing Radio. We still have the Cup Series preview to do. They are also racing at Sonoma Raceway. And we did the ARCA West Series earlier, and we are doing the in-season round 3 preview on Friday. So watch for that coming out on Friday. Also, on the other side of the weekend, we will be doing the reviews. I believe Sal will be back with us for those reviews. And then we'll also have our Hot Topic Sound Off at 10 o'clock Eastern Time with both Jay and Chris Crichton joining me as we discuss the hottest topics from the weekend of racing. So a lot to look forward to on the other side, as well as the race weekend coming up.
Well, and road courses, kind of like short tracks, tend to provide some bumping and banging, pushing and shoving on and off the track. We'll see if that happens this weekend out in wine country. Not that that has anything to do with their driving, but
No.
they are out in wine country. Only if you win, then you get to have wine in victory lane.
And we do appreciate you taking the time to tune in. We always appreciate the comments that we're getting on our reviews and previews. And we hope you enjoy the what we're doing here as much as we enjoy doing it. We have a lot of fun doing it. So again, thanks to everybody for tuning in.
Sometimes too much fun, but
Okay, well, take care, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.